Hi, my name is Dr. Andrew McKee, and this is the research that gave me that title, Military Sexual Assault, Prevention and Response, a case study of Coast Guard male victim advocates. Over the past 18 years, military environments have been discussed on every platform to include research. Yet with all the discussion taking place, the engagement of men is not part of the conversation when looking at men as allies in violence prevention. This study explored the men working as military sexual assault prevention and response victim advocates within the Coast Guard. The theoretical framework for the study is a social norms approach. A social norms approach is considered useful for this study because it draws attention to peer influence that is said to have more impact on behavior than biology, culture, religion, family, or even personality. And this was proposed by Berkowitz and Perkins back in 1986. There are three research questions with this study. The research question asks, how do men define their role as a sexual assault prevention and response victim advocate? How do they support their role? And how does social norms influence their advocacy in this capacity? There were 7 participants in the study. All were veterans, all were married, all were fathers, and all chose to serve in this capacity as sexual assault prevention and response victim advocates. The 6 themes of this study answered the 3 research questions. For data analysis, I used the strategy of double coding. First, manually, and then 1 week later, using the NVivo database, the same information was coded again. At the end of this analysis, the themes, regardless of manually or through the database, remain the same. The first 3 findings of the study stated that all participants believed their positions were important in the United States Coast Guard and all the other military services. All chose this field, and third, all believe they have an influence over the behaviors of other men. There's so much information contained in this study and what was received from the 7 victim advocates, but my time is up and it's very limited in what I can present. But my goal is to replicate the same study within the Department of Defense using their male victim advocates, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. When looking at prevention initiatives and a social norms approach that directs and impact behavior, it's important to consider the majority if we're talking about looking for partners in prevention to change behaviors and attitudes, which is essential to stop sexual violence from occurring. Berkowitz also stated that there must be strategies that engage men if we are expected to stop violence from occurring. And this study lays well within the research of the previous scholars that have gone before, and it opens up the door to a United States Coast Guard environment and how effective it is. I thank you for your time, and please ask any questions you have.